Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, what did that ref just do? He might have just stole a victory away from Rico Verhoeven and Alexander Usyk suffering the first defeat in his career against a guy who now has only had 2 professional boxing fights. At the end of the day, brother, just let everybody know that Rico Verhoeven is the real deal. He's been training with Tyson Fury for numerous amount of camps. He's been absolutely in and out the boxing world, training with boxers, trying to elevate his game within the kickboxing world where he was an absolute phenom. It's not like he was a wrestler, a guy with an MMA background, a judo background from mixed martial arts. It's not like he was competing in the UFC like Francis Ngannou, who was not only working on his striking, but was also working on his wrestling game. Rico Verhoeven has been working nothing but the stand-up game his whole goddamn life. And dude, so awkward to deal with. The constant movement, the dude had better movement than Usyk did. The way he was catching the punches, constantly moving his hands, it was a lot for Usyk to think of. The size, the way that Rico Verhoeven was utilizing his lateral movement, but then rushing Alexander Usyk. Anytime that Usyk was getting ready to load up on punches, he was rushing him, bull rushing him, getting him in the clinch, doing good work in the clinch, something I don't think Alexander Usyk worked enough and prepared enough for, going into a guy with a body and somebody in kickboxing, you know, where they utilize the clinch game a lot more than boxers do. Bro, I'm going to say it like this. That ref, if we would have had the ref from Fabio Wardley versus Daniel Dubois, that fight would have never been stopped. I thought I heard the bell ring. Bro, I thought I heard the bell ring. Ding, 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 for the end of the 11th round. There was 1 second left. If I'm mistaken and I didn't hear that bell, but I thought I heard that bell. In the last second, I thought the ref jumped in to say it was the end of the round. But no, he stops it. And dude, there's people out there that can say, well, he probably wasn't going to finish the fight anyways. Round 12, he probably would have ended up getting knocked out. How do we know that, though? It was hard enough for Usyk to deal with the movement that Rico had. And imagine if Rico, knowing that he was up on the rounds, imagine if in round 12, all Rico do was run. Run. Like how Scully ran against Canelo. Run. Like Devin Haney, Jose Ramirez. Just literally ran. Like Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. And anytime that Usyk threw a jab or a combination to come forward or an uppercut, you just do the dirtiest clinching ever. The dirtiest clinching ever. Bruh. He was up on the rounds. I literally only had Usyk winning because I gave him the 11th round. 4 rounds in the whole goddamn fight. 4 rounds. This was a close enough fight where Rico Verhoeven could have won. He could have won that fight. Some people didn't even give Usyk 4 rounds. Some people gave him 1. Some people gave him 2. Some people gave him 3. And I ain't sitting up here arguing with y'all. Usyk, obviously, was not prepared for Rico Verhoeven's awkward movement, and it took him a long time to be able to adapt to it and finally got it down in the 11th round. But dude, what a goddamn effort from Rico Verhoeven. Bruh, I would like to see this guy compete in the sport of boxing again. Now, Ajit Kabayal stepped into the ring as this fight ended. They had Rico Verhoeven with them, the 3 of them all together. Seemed like they were trying to set something up. Turkey, I think, was trying to say that he wants the rematch and then he wants a call for the Ajit Kabayal fight. I think he was saying he wants the rematch in Istanbul or something like that. But at the end of the day, while they were talking, it wasn't really confirmed by any of them. Usyk says he's ready for Ajit Cabiao. Rico looked sad. Who knows what they're going to do next if they do end up going the rematch route? Which I don't want to see. But this is the type of rematch that actually deserves a rematch compared to, let's just say, the likes of Terrence Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. Everybody wants to see that rematch, or at least some people, when Terrence Bud Crawford absolutely dominated every goddamn round. Why would you want to see the rematch? Okay, the argument is he gave Terrence Bud Crawford an opportunity for the undisputed title, so it's only right to give Canelo Alvarez a shot at the undisputed titles. But in this case, Rico dominated. Rico dominated the fight until he didn't. And I'm telling you right now, bro, if they would have had the Fabio Wardley versus Daniel Dubois ref in there, this could have been completely different. I'm absolutely hyped up. A drama-filled card. Hamza Shiraz becomes the WBO super middleweight champion of the world. Jack Catterall becomes the WBA regular welterweight champion of the world. And now within 180 days is mandated to face Rolly Romero, the super WBA welterweight champion of the world. The winner holds both bouts, becomes the basically full undisputed WBA. Just WBA undisputed. 147-pound champion. You seen Jamar Talley look absolutely fantastic. Sultan El Muhammad look absolutely fantastic. And my goodness, what are the shockers of the goddamn card? If not the shocker, I mean, because Rico Verhoeven's performance was shocking. But Richard Torres Jr. getting absolutely demolished. Slept in round 2. Frank Sanchez adjusts. Eddie Reynoso gives Frank Sanchez some goddamn tips in the corner in between rounds. Frank Sanchez comes out and just catches him with a big right uppercut. Boom! And down goes Torres. Bro, what a sad, sad loss for Richard Torres Jr., where a lot of people were talking, he's, a great American boxer. This is a kid who is calling out the fighters like Moses Atama, calling out big, big names, but at the end of the day has just proven once again that he's just not good enough yet, man. Frank Sanchez, what a shocking, absolute great KO victory. I can't wait. I'm hyped up. I'm going into the brand risk events now. This is going to be absolutely insane. Let me know what you guys thought about this card. This is the MMA Boxing Addict channel bringing it to you. My reaction